Welcome back to another Stories with Heath. We always appreciate you doing the liking and sharing and subscribing and stuff, but the sharing's what matters the most. So we're trying to get this channel up off the ground. So if you got a minute to share it, we'd sure appreciate it. Today's story is going to be kind of multiple stories in one. We're going to title it, I don't know what we're going to title it. We'll figure that out in a minute, but it's going to be about God's providence. In 2004, I was working for Primerica, and it was like through 2003 and 2004, it became very difficult for me. And I do believe there's reasons why, and that's another story for another day, but I do believe it's because God needed me to learn that I was not enough, that no amount of work that I did would ever be the source of my blessings, because I believed that if I worked hard enough, if I put in the hours, that stuff would happen in my benefit, and it just didn't. And I did what I was supposed to do, but I couldn't win. And as time progresses, it became evident that we were not going to make it, and we lost everything. It was a very difficult time for us. The bank organized a short sale of our mobile home, and we lost all of our friends. Seemed like, anyway. We had lost all of our co-workers because we didn't handle the going out of business well. So it was a bad time. And I had gone back to get a job at Holmac, and I'm very thankful for the opportunities that were presented to me there. But at the time, it felt like I was selling out on my dream and eating so much crow. And things were tight. It had been tight for a long time, but because things were tight, and because I blame God for the business going under, bad theology, that's a whole nother story for another time. But the situation was we had quit tithing, and we had quit giving it all. We could quit going to church. And one afternoon, Brother Kevin Bishop showed up at my house. He had been going through the rolls and found our names, Lake Como Baptist Church, on the rolls, and came and asked me, "Hey, dude, what's up? I hear you're still a member here. You want to come to church or something?" And he was a lot more eloquent than that, but I came back one Sunday, and everybody liked it, and it was good. And he was a great pastor. He was a great preacher. Still love him to death. And so we went back. It wasn't long till we was going every Sunday, and then we was going every Sunday night, and then we was going every Sunday night and Sunday morning and Wednesday night. It was going, and so got under conviction that we needed to start tithing again, to start giving back to the church. And that was a hard sale, because we didn't have money. We didn't have money to make it. It's a wonder we were making it now. But I felt like we needed to do that, and after a long spirited debate with Selena on beginning to tithe again, we began to ease our way back into it, little by little. Finally came up to the point that we were given the full 10% that first Sunday. And man, I was so proud that we had given that full 10, because it was like a goal that we had tried to get to this place. We got to that place. Man, I was ecstatic. And then that next Thursday, I think it was, the power steering pump went out on my Suburban. And because it was a diesel Suburban, it drew vacuum off the power steering pump. You really don't want to know all this. Anyway, we lost brakes when we lost power steering. So, the truck is like, it's there. It's not going anywhere. And so that was a pretty big deal. And I went and I called the mosquitoes getting me. I called the parts house and asked them, what a power steering pump would cost. Come to find out, it would cost just about what I had just tithed. And man, I was so mad, because I'm like, God, you asked me to do this. We got back in church, which I thought you wanted me to do, and then you asked me to tithe, which I thought you wanted me to do, and then the truck breaks, and it costs the amount of money I gave you. Had I not given you the money, I would have the money to fix the truck, and the kids could go to church on Sunday. But now the kids can't even go to church because we don't have the money to fix the truck. I mean, here I am, left holding the bag. Man, I was mad. I'm having this conversation with God as I walked out to the mailbox. And I opened the mailbox, and there is a letter from the Department of Treasury. And that's always what I always feared happening, because, the records in those days when we were losing the business, I'm not sure we were doing the taxes right. And so I'm concerned that they're going to come back and audit us or something. And man, we can't afford an audit. And especially if we owe anything, oh my gosh, it would be terrible. And so I began to open this letter, just sure that we're about to be just destroyed. And in that letter was a check. See, that year, President Bush had introduced the idea to stimulate the economy. He was going to give everybody, instead of a tax rebate, a tax pre-bate. First one they'd ever done, where they're going to send out kind of a chunk of what they projected you would get back at the end of the year. The amount of money in that envelope was enough to buy the power steering pump I needed and to buy a bucket of chicken. So not only did God give me the money to go fix the truck, He also bought us lunch. Now, you may have gotten that pre-bate. You may remember that pre-bate coming in the mail. Now, there may be a lot of reasons why they said that happened, but let me tell you why that happened. That had to happen so that as I looked at that check in my driveway, God could say to me, my heart, simple phrase, you're not holding the bag. I am. It's in that moment that I began to understand it's not my efforts that's paying my bills. He's paying them. He is provident. And God either blesses or He doesn't, and that's His choice. But He is provident. He and He alone. So everything I have, everything I am, is a gift from Him. The opportunities He presents before me, they're opportunities that He's given me that nobody can screw up, nobody can take away. They're His, because He's provident. All right, you guys, I just want to encourage you today. I know you're probably going through your own set of struggles and your own set of pains, but even if what we're talking about is not money, God is provident. He provides a way. So I'm gonna share with you, God loves you. He's looking out for you. You're not holding the bag. He is. All right, y'all have a good day.